like that again.
Welcome back, and what's the hacks? Your boy Bo, my lovely wife Angelica, and this is the Smart Meet Stupid blog podcast extravaganza extraordinaire. And this week we kind of want to do something a little different, and we wanted to talk about the ladies of hip hop. You gotta say it like that. The ladies of hip hop. So it's been a lot of stuff in kind of the social media realm this week with different women in hip hop. Oh, and I almost forgot. This is probably gonna screw everything up. Did you hear about the Nicki Minaj taking the bat to her ex's Benz?
No.
Supposedly, that's what was on the interwebs today. But basically, we wanted to profile four different women who you can look that up while I talk to me. We're profiling four different women who have kind of have an impact on hip hop. Not some more than others, obviously, but I think they're all of different kind of categories, all of different kind of.
Just who's doing it right for women and who's not.
Yeah, because hip hop is not very well represented by women yet. I think that's changing. I think Nicki Minaj is to thank for that. But I do think at the same time that
she's taking it back. I mean,
yeah, she's like
go forward, 10 steps back.
Yeah, one step forward, 10 steps back. I would completely agree with that. And so the four ladies we chose to kind of profile or to discuss are Karuchi Tran. Is that how you say it?
Yep, Karuchi.
Karuchi Tran, Beyonce Knowles. Everybody knows Beyonce.
Why do you say Beyonce? I mean,
why do I say Knowles?
Yeah.
Beyonce Knowles.
Isn't she Carter now?
Oh yeah, Knowles Carter. Respect. I apologize. I'm tired.
No excuse.
Iggy Azalea and
Nicki Minaj, obviously.
And obviously Nicki Minaj. So we'll start with Karuchi. Is that where we want to start?
Or Beyonce, either one.
Well, so Karuchi and Beyonce are kind of in the camps that they're doing things right for the ladies. I feel like they're representing the women right. You could probably speak on it a little more because I'm not a woman, as I have a penis. Okay, no, I mean proceed though. Explain why you think they're doing it right.
Okay, we'll start with Beyonce.
Sure.
She's always very composed. She doesn't show like I don't know when she's on social media. She has gorgeous pictures, obviously, but she's never like just nasty about it. Like I feel like with Rihanna, I do like her music and I'm a fan, but she's always nasty. She does have having to post, half naked pictures and all those. She's like 26
like when she was the Ninja Turtle, she was licking the side. Like, come on, man.
I mean, you're grown. There's a point where you just need to kind of stop doing that. Obviously, she is a sex symbol, but I think Beyonce is as well. She doesn't need to put it out there.
Is Beyonce a sex symbol? I don't know that Beyonce is a sex symbol.
I mean, have you seen her shows and her outfits and stuff like that? They are extremely revealing because they're tasteful.
But in the national eye, I don't know that they see her like that. That's interesting. That's a question for you, America. Is Beyonce a sex symbol? I want to know.
I mean, she's still very sexy, and I don't think that.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying the fact that she's a great-looking woman and that she is sexy, but I just don't know that America puts her in that category of sex. Like, if you think of sex symbol, I wouldn't think of Beyonce.
I wouldn't think of Rihanna.
I would think Rihanna before I would think of Beyonce.
I don't know. I just feel like.
Okay, so
she's so well-rounded in everything.
I guess the question is, what's a sex symbol to you? I guess it depends on perspective and what you define as a sex symbol.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe not so much anymore, but I feel like she was.
Yeah, I think she was. Well, the whole period where she went through the Drunken Love thing and the promotion for her tour. Recent. I mean, about a year now.
That's still very recent.
I mean, in the pantheon of things, we talk about social media, everything's instant. But I guess she had her kind of. But I feel like the public kind of didn't like her in that role. That wasn't for her. I feel like she kind of went that dirty partition on my knees, Lewinsky on my gown, things like that. People were kind of like, Beyonce.
I have to agree. I don't think that it was. I mean, she kind of went left with it, but it was still done very well.
What do you think of the hair? The new hair?
I hate it. I hate the bangs that are like this big and
but see,
frustrating.
I think that goes into the American Girl thing.
Really?
I think that goes into that girl next door. Because if you look at that cut, you don't typically see that cut on a black girl. And I think that goes into the.
But I feel like that's more of like a pinup style than anything, not.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know pinup stuff, so you would know that better than I would. I don't know.
Because you have the big curls, and then you have like the really short bangs. They're very,
And now she's cut it short.
Yeah.
But see, I think that's just her. I think the image she's going for is to appeal to a mass audience. Whereas I don't feel like Rihanna will ever care about that. And then we also talked about Karuchi, and I like her because I think she's, like you said, no skankiness. She keeps her clothes on. Even in her modeling, she's not half naked. You
I
know?
mean, no, even if you are like, okay, so Karuchi does a lot of bathing suit modeling and stuff like that. I think that it's done very tastefully. Rihanna has had a few pieces where it's been really tasteful, but everything else she just exudes nastiness to me. 'Cause that's all she is.
Yeah, she has an interview in I think it's the new Elle magazine. Don't quote me on that. But
UK
they asked her,
version,
yeah,
right?
yeah, UKL, I think, and they asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and her response was a big trimmed four-letter word for penis. And that was her response. It's like,
Or
and
the
it's
C
just,
or a K or
I don't
C or
know
D.
specifically. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
read the article, but I saw the headline. And it's just stuff like that just go. And the problem I have with Rihanna, and we didn't really include her into this, but I guess she's making her way into it. Is you don't have to go to that level. You know what I mean?
No, 'cause I mean,
Like she's the Black Madonna to me. This is what Madonna was doing in the '80s,
you're very right.
and people were like, "Yo, you can cool out," which I kind of respect. I mean, I
feel
get
like
it. You know,
if she wants to be her own person, if that's what she wants to do, that's fine. But she's very like,
she just goes too far. She's just nasty with it.
it's not even like I'm gonna do me. It's like I'm gonna do me, and then I'm gonna push it in your face, and just I don't know.
Well, and then recently, Carucci and Chris Brown had a kind of run-in with Tamar Braxton, Adrienne Bailon, who are the hosts of, I don't even know if the show's called The View or something like that.
No, that was not the view. The view was no.
Or was it called The Code? It's called The Something. I know that. Yeah,
Well,
I guess
the
The
top-
View is them old ladies on
Yeah.
like channel. Okay. But you want to explain what happened?
I'm not really. I mean, you start first.
Yeah, basically, and this is probably our bad as vloggers, but the context was that Carucci doesn't have a voice, and that the people around Carucci benefit from her being with Chris Brown, and in some ways,
as well as
she does too. And Chris Brown being Chris Brown, and I've done this for you. I mean, somebody comes after your wife, your significant other, somebody you care about, you go sideways, and of course he went sideways, called her a trout mouth.
Now, would have been different if like Drake done it for his girl, but because Chris Brown has so many issues with his anger.
It was the way it was done. It was the way. Yeah, because he was over aggressive. He was disparaging, but it wasn't disparaging with the purpose. You can disparage somebody and do it in such a way that, like,
well, I mean, when you are on 10 reading something about something you care about,
right, which is why you should have calmed down before you did it. And my question: where's people at to say, bruh, give it a day before you go sideways?
You think he's listening to his people?
He needs to.
I mean, I think he has, and he has lately, but I don't think that regarding social media, he is.
Well, and in the post I just read, he put out another post. And let me stop there. Grown folks, stop talking on Instagram. You guys are grown up. You got Tamar Braxton in her 40s.
But she did, call him out on that.
Right, but she continued to further it. Right, like if you're gonna tell him to pick up the phone, maybe you should pick up the phone. You a grown up. Like stop, y'all grown folks, get off the goddamn social media and
Don't
talking
to
them.
Call
pick a phone up, man. What happened? I mean,
like they have assistants and PR, whatever. I'm sure you guys can get in contact.
Somebody could, something just dial that shit. So Chris Brown, well, first Carucci had a response. I like her. She's classy. Her response was classy. She basically said, I have a voice. I just choose not to ignore the stupidity. You got your opinions. You're welcome to have your opinions. She's just a classy girl. I like her. Like I didn't know much about her until recently. I didn't know about her model. I didn't know nothing about her. I started following her Instagram, seeing her pictures. Very classy.
Right,
has
she
a lot
has
of
a lot
friends.
of things going for her as well. I mean, her and Chris Brown have started several businesses together that she fully runs. She's also modeling. I mean, she held it down for him.
And that's the other thing.
Without saying anything.
And that's the other thing when she is not like the modern female today. She rode through that dude through cheating, through beating folks, women.
No, that was before her.
How you know?
No.
I bet they were probably friends.
I mean, they probably knew each other, but I don't think that.
I think they've been friends for a minute.
No, they've been friends for a very long time.
So what I'm saying though is okay, regardless of when she was part of that, but the things he's been through, she's held him down.
Right.
And maybe she ain't been with him the whole time, but she's been by his side. He went to jail, she was there.
Right.
I mean, that's respectable. Ain't too many chicks doing that. As thirsty as these Hollywood girls are for fame, she right there by dude.
I mean, she doesn't need fame from him. And what, Adrienne was saying that she and her friends benefit from getting into clubs because, Chris Brown, it's Chris Brown and his girlfriend. Like, I just feel like she doesn't need that. She can do it on her own.
Yeah.
And
No,
she's done it on her own.
She's legit. And I do consider her. I think if there was, I'm gonna have two daughters, so I have a daughter now. If there's gonna be anybody I want my daughters to emulate, I think Carucci would probably be the one. I mean, I like Beyonce too. What things she's doing, I respect her. She's carried herself, but I feel like she's a little more packaged, I don't know. Oh, I was telling my mom about Beyonce, and she was saying Beyonce never thanks her handlers, the people she works with. You never see her say, "Well, I want to thank my people for holding me down, my stylist." Yada yada yada.
Really?
She never does that. So and I agree. I feel like she's just more packaged. The whole Carter Knowles thing is just really packaged.
They have to be.
Yeah. I mean, they're worth $1 billion. So on the flip side of that, now we got Nicki Minaj and Iggy Azalea who are also pushing for the envelope and pushing back the envelope in some regards to women in hip hop. And we can start with Nicki.
Newest song with Drake and Lil Wayne. Only.
Oh man, yeah. So the new joint is out only, and I think we'll probably end up reviewing that too.
I mean, I don't think that we should after this discussion.
Well, we don't have to, but
it's just terrible.
But it's not great. I mean, the rapping is good. Don't get it twisted. The rapping is good.
The beat's not the best.
The beat's not great.
No.
And Chris Brown on the hook is nice because Chris Brown is nice. But the first verse, Nicki's addressing how she never slept with Wayne and Drake, but she says if she did, she'd have him eat her butt like a cupcake, which
it's like revolting.
I mean, that's nasty. That's nasty. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna eat cupcakes, but the thing is like it's so Drake and Wayne's verse are basically playing off that where Drake is saying, well, if we ever do it, let me know so I'm ready and I'm the first up if anybody gets to.
I'm next in line.
And then Wayne goes on to say, it's a shame I have it, but you always look like you need some D and this and that. And so, my problem with Nicki Minaj is that she does not have to go this route anymore.
No, and my first problem with the song is Young Money as a family. They are very
supposedly incestual family is what they are.
They are very entwined with everybody's stuff.
Right.
Obviously, Drake has gone away from that, but he's still part of Young Money.
Right.
And so when they talk about sleeping with each other, to me, it just feels so wrong because you have that kind of bond.
Supposedly.
I mean, they say that they have this kind of like brother-sister bond, but it's just like Nicki's giving Drake lap dances and stuff.
For no reason. What was the point of that in that video? We saw everybody ask the whole video that was unnecessary. And see, my issue too is when she did the other woman with Cameron Diaz and all that. She broke out. That was when she broke away from the wigs and the pink hair and all of that. She moved on from that.
I mean, she still did the wigs, but they weren't like pink hair. They weren't cotton candy.
She just muted it. She started muting things. And I'm looking. Yeah, and I'm looking at it like, oh, cool. So she finally was like, I don't want to do this shit.
I mean, and her music was getting better, and it was just higher quality. It wasn't just talking about drugs and people slinging cocaine and stuff like that. It just was appropriate for her and where she's at in this stage of her career.
Right, exactly. She was maturing. And I feel like she matured, and then when this Anaconda stuff dropped, she just decided, okay, everybody needs to look at my ass again. Like, we know you have an ass. It's like a 2-part ass.
Well, my thing is, like, how'd you gonna hide that?
Right. I mean, you can't duck that. I mean,
she's the baggiest pair of jeans on that.
It's still there. And she's disproportionate. I mean, Nicki.
I mean, her boobs aren't that big,
Her boobs are double D's. She's disproportionate, man.
Oh,
her and Kim K both tip over tomorrow. I ain't gonna diss Kim K. They tipping. And then you find that video online that you show, not the video, but that picture where it's the double layer in the butt.
All right, because we have a debate on whether it's silicone or an implant. I'm going with implant. And we saw it kind of separate. She sat on it weird during
when like a
show or something. And it was terrible. And
it's disgusting.
And by all means, if you want to, make different.
But Nicki's beautiful. Why?
I mean,
she's a beautiful girl. Like in her own right. Yes. She's in her face. She has beautiful skin. She has the almost Asian features. She's good looking.
She just has porcelain skin.
I just don't get it.
I mean, if you want to have any like breast augmentations, have your ass done.
I mean, do you?
Whatever. That's fine, but keep it in proportion.
That's all. And then so basically. And let's not get anything twisted. Nicki Minaj has opened the door for hip hop female artists. She's opened the door. There's no question. She is the godmother for any woman. The Dej Loafs, the Iggy Azaleas of the world, all these new young women that are coming up making hot music. You wouldn't be there if it wasn't for her. Let's not get that twisted.
And she's extremely talented. It's not that we're trying to take away from her talent or anything. It's just that she doesn't need to do
that. The girl can rap. She got rap most of these dudes.
Exactly. She holds her own against anybody, and it's not. It's not to say that she's bad at what she does. It's just that she doesn't need to talk about dick all the time, and it's not.
No,
cute.
she does not. or eat me like
Okay,
various varieties of things. It's nasty,
you
man.
really ruined cupcakes for me.
Give me a cupcake right now. I ain't thinking about no way to drink. So transitioning off
I
of
hope
that.
not.
So one of the people that Nikki opened the door for is Iggy Azalea, and I'm off. I'm off it. I can't even deal with her. So she for the Halloween thing went as one of the girls from White Chicks. Now you couldn't do that and just make a joke out of it when Snoop first started coming at you. But after you get throw your little hissy fit, now all of a sudden
Have
you
T.I. step in.
right. Ti had to call dude, hey man, can you just fall back on Iggy because she got her feelings hurt. I mean, I don't understand. And then she wants to make a joke out of it.
Well, my thing is, her stakes are so much higher. It's kind of like a Macklemore situation in the rap game.
Stakes are higher than who? Snoop?
No, just as an artist, I think Iggy's art because she is
That's,
white and
that's
she's
all
rap.
the more reason for her to go
Exactly.
in as a joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when she acts like that, she acts like a crybaby and she doesn't handle it the way she should. She doesn't make a joke or she doesn't, I mean, she calls T.I. to fix it. I feel like she needs to do it for herself.
Well, she may not. I don't know that she necessarily called him. I think Ti saw a situation.
I mean, he does.
And being a boss, he was like,
he does.
I better get on the phone.
I've seen interviews where he stops the interview because they ask her something and he doesn't want her to answer it. So I mean, I get it, but at the same time, she is a grown woman and she can't step in and say, it's a joke.
Why not just okay? And this kind of goes to another thing that we talked about with this vlog. Artists, celebrities, you make more money than most people ever have the chance to make. Will you grow a thicker set of skin? Like with the Chris Brown
you're in the public eye.
Yeah. They talking about your relationship. That's more promotion for you. I mean, if anything, send them some champagne. I mean, because they putting you on. Snoop Dogg is one of the biggest OGs in the game. He was rapping the year I was born. Okay, I'm an old man. We ain't gonna get into that. But he was boy, so he's been in the game forever, and he's talking about that artist. She should be like, hell yeah, and she should take that and make a joke of it.
My thing is, if she wanted to say something, she just should have said one thing and left it at that.
Or dial up the phone. Snoop, what's good, man? Why you making a joke? Why can't there be more communication between grown folks? That's the problem with some of y'all at y'all jobs right now. You don't talk to people. Conversate. Have conversations. Conflict does not hurt everything. And I just think that these artists, they piss me off because they go on these horrible rants when somebody has an opinion.
Well, we've had this discussion before that people don't want to burn bridges, and if they want to work with somebody, it's not like back in the '90s where someone said something, you didn't mess with them, but you weren't.
Or they shot at you. That's when it was hood. We cool or I'm shooting at you. But at least the conflict got resolved one way or another, sometimes in a horrible way. But I'm just saying, I don't think
we
that.
Don't promote shooting.
But no, I mean, I really feel like if you want to be a successful artist and you get promotion, you're making money off of your fans and off of the attention, you can't be mad at the attention. And I will big up Chris Brown right now because he went back around, put another post up, shouldn't have been on Instagram, but whatever. And he
addressed it. I mean,
it was classy. It was a classy way to do it. I mean, after he acted an ass, but
I feel like he could have gone way worse with it. The first time around.
He went kind of heavy. I mean, are you a cheetah girl? I mean, that's kind of a
she was a cheetah girl and she dated a Kardashian, so she shouldn't be talking about reaping any benefits from any family.
That's true, and I guess that was the point.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what this vlog is meant to do is, I think overall, women need to push ourselves in a better position, especially in the hip hop game. Like, don't sell your ass, man. I mean, I can't be mad at Nicki for doing it. I can't be mad at Iggy for doing it because I guess they put them on. But the same thing that brings you gifts will tear you down and tear your whole community of women down. Women are the most powerful folks on this planet, and that's not just a plug for women. That's the truth. Women can do anything if y'all put your minds together and stop beefing. But when you sell your ass, sell your titties, and you make yourself seem worthless.
Well, not just that. And then you think and then you wonder why it's okay for men to call you hoes and treat you like that because you give that off. And I feel like that's what she's doing. She is extremely respectable. She's very talented, but when she goes back to, just twerking all the time, that's how people are going to perceive her, and that doesn't do her any good. And she's only going to be attractive for another 8 years. I mean, after that,
that's true.
What's she going to do? Build your brand.
and eventually, that silicone is sag a little bit. I mean, if we talking real. And the thing is, I gotta wonder how Wayne and Drake talk about her when she ain't there. I mean, think about it. If you saying, you don't do this, but if you did, you do X, Y, Z. How are they discussing you? You think they can really respect her?
I mean, I feel like no, I don't think that they can. I mean, you're a dude. I'm not a dude, so.
I mean, at the end of the day, if men go on vibes, and we go a little too far on vibes, so we think every girl smiles with us wants to get in bed with us. That's just a dude thing. So if a chick is hitting at that, and next time I see her, every time I see her, I'm trying to put some work in because I know she thought about it.
She's not even hinting. She is downright
overt, very overt about it. And then I still don't have an explanation as to why she had to grind on Drake at the end of the Anaconda video. I need some explanation on that. I mean, was it for more publicity? I mean, and my thing is, if you're
you know why? It's because right after that, it came out with rumors that her and Drake were together, and now obviously that's really squashed.
Right. So she did it.
I mean, I get
specifically for.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
But she doesn't have to, Nikki. You don't have to do that. You are a talented artist. That's what I like about Beyonce. Okay, she had a little 20-minute period where she was, skeeting on the partition.
Oh, why? Ew.
You don't like skeet?
No, I didn't realize that's what it meant. Like 2
You know, stuff skeet.
No, I didn't.
Well, she went through that period. She went through that phase, and people didn't really care for her. Some people did,
I mean, it wasn't bad.
The girls in the club, right? It didn't fit. But my thing is, she's successful based on a happy marriage.
Okay.
I was gonna say beautiful. I should leave the baby Ivy
alone.
No,
we should just take out the marriage completely out of it. What? Because even if she wasn't married, she'd still be extremely successful.
Yeah, but that elevated. You can't say that didn't elevate her to a whole nother plateau.
No, definitely. But it doesn't have. It's not one of the main.
Well, what I'm saying is, it draws her attention. And she's drawing attention from something that's positive, a marriage. That I'm okay with that. Like, if you have a good marriage with somebody and it draws you attention, I'm fine with that. You don't have, but what I'm saying about Nikki is she's trying to sell things that she doesn't have to sell anymore. A horrible analogy is like, okay, if I got a foot action, I got bad analogies. I'll admit that. It's okay though. If I got a foot action and I sell Jordans just off the rack completely, well, of course you're gonna have other product lines. But you don't really have to push those. You push your Jordans. Those are going to sell. Push your raps. That was actually not a bad one. Push your raps. Push what makes you you. You don't have to push all this side stuff. You can have it. You can offer it. You can have a fat ass, big titties.
I was a little confused where we going with
that. No, so all I'm saying is you don't have to push these other product offerings if you have the talent. She has the talent. I feel like Iggy has to push the ass and the titties a little more because I don't feel like her talent is on that level. I think she's talented.
No, I don't. But, and again, with Iggy, she does kind of have to push that right now.
Right.
Because she has so much more to prove.
Exactly.
Because she is white and being in the rap game with the Macklemore.
And she's new to the rap game. Nikki's been in the game for about 7-8 years now. She ain't nobody new to Nikki. She's been in the game a minute. She was doing like remixes. I think it was almost a G-Unit remix she was on back then. She's been around. Really? She's been around. Nikki has been around. But anyway, women clean it up. I mean,
you don't have to clean it up, but I guess know that it's okay. You don't have to be like that in order to be successful.
And I will say this too. I mean, I understand if that gets you in the door. I can't knock that. You gotta have an edge. If your edge is your ass and your titties.
But grow. Just grow.
There it is. Growth. This vlog is a promotion of growth brought to you by the good fella. No worries. But I think that's
You're really showing your age nowadays.
The good fellas, my boys, they know me. The good fellas know me. What's up? All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Music review will be posted up probably sometime. Thursday. Maybe going into the weekend. We pick some songs. And thanks for being with us. Subscribe, comment. I love to hear opinions. I mean, maybe I'm just old and I'm getting, I got kids and I feel like these women need to wrap it up some. I mean, maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm wrong with all of this.
That's how your mama felt. That's why she wouldn't let you listen to it.
That's good. All right. Till next time.
Adios.